So this is just a simple morning exercise to kind of warm you up, and it's simple moves but very important. First, you want to kind of roll the ankles around one direction and make sure you get to the toes too as you're rolling around, only about 7 times, and then change the direction. Every movement you can do 7 or 8 times. As you do it, you can start to just go from the toes and get a little bit more of a stretch as it goes up to those ligaments closer to the knee. We always work from the bottom to the top, so right now we're just warming up our bottom, and that's moving up to the knees. And now we're going to rock back and forth from the toes to the heels. Nice stretch, good for balance. Take your time, don't force anything. From the left to the right. You want to make sure you definitely don't put too much pressure. You can use your hands to kind of keep a even balance to make sure you don't fall over. Just kind of sway from one side to the other. I'm going to pull my feet together and rotate my knees in a circle. Making sure you never really lock out those knees. Just stay nice and smooth, relaxed motions. Then the other way, also about 8 times. You can count or you don't have to. You can do it until you feel those kind of clicks start to go away. And go from inside to out, pressing forward, widening those legs outward as we move. And after we finish that, then we're going outside to in. Same idea, same concept. Rotating those legs, and now you can start feeling a little bit more in your hips. And so we're going to spread them open. From there, do a figure 8. So one leg goes in and out, and the other one does a circle. They're both doing a circle. This is a little tricky at first, but it takes time and practice. It starts to sway all the way up to the hips. That'll really kind of help you out with a lot of pain you might be having in your waist or your back. Now we reverse the direction. Also counting about 8 times as you're doing these circles. Now we straighten up just a little bit more to get ready to get to the hip part. So as the bottom is always warming up the next part. So now we're already up to the hips. You can clench those hands in there because that's going to get us ready for our shoulders. Start swinging those arms nice and loose. So now it's going from the hips up to the shoulders. Everything's just connecting as we wake ourselves up. Now give a good sway in those hips. Just circular motions. Keep the legs spread apart, just barely wider than your shoulders length. You can just kind of rotate around one way to the other and switch. Nice and slow, and you want to do it till you feel it. You don't want to over exaggerate, and you don't want to feel nothing at all either. You want to kind of feel it just softly as it goes into those insides of those hips next to the groin. And after we've had 8 rotations on both sides, just plant those hands down. If you can't go all the way down, it's okay, but make sure your legs are spread a little bit because it makes it easier. You want to just try to touch it flat on the ground. And from there, put your hand in the center and reach straight up and look that head up behind too, so it stretches out that back and the hips on the inside at the same time. And I like to hold these for about an 8 count. You're doing Bobo, I do everything for a count of 8. So just 8 is enough. There, bend your knees before you stand. Never just stand straight up. From there, now we're ready for the shoulders. We rotate those shoulders, going backwards at first. Now take them forward. That's good. And from there, I'm going to just start circling one arm forward 360 right over my head. Try to keep it nice and straight and close to the body. Bring that arm right past the ear and then reverse the direction. Just about 8 rotations with every movement. Other side, raise it over. This is really good if you get kinks a lot, from your shoulder, or even in your neck or your upper back. This can be really good to loosen those areas up. And 8. From there, in and out, crossing over. Good. Great stretch here on the pecs too if you go back far enough. Just hold one side over for an 8 count. Gonna go to the other side, same thing. Now that is nice and loose, we can get ready to go back behind and pull on that to stretch out that tricep. And to the other side to stretch out that tricep. Now rotate just the neck, round and round. And the other way. From there, back and forth, up and down. Just like you're nodding yes, nice and slow. Feeling the front and the back of the neck. From yes, we're going to go to no. There we go. Turn, keep the body straight, keep the frame up. Nice and easy, looking left to right. Now we're just going to bring our hands up and then down. As we breathe, collect them together at the bottom and reach all the way up to the top, pressing up, and then 8 count, 2, and 3, 4, 5, there you go. As we finish that, we bring our hands down to our heart and use that as our starting point. We do high, back up to the heart, then down to medium, back up to the heart area, and then as low as you can, nice and slow, hold it, bring the hands back up, raise them all the way up to the sky, and then we're going to use that starting point to the heart. We're going to do this 3 times. So 1, it's high, then drop down lower, medium, and lower all the way down to the ground. And back up. Last time. Up. And to the heart. And do high. Medium. And lastly all the way down. Should be feeling pretty warm now. So now we're just going to close out with our breathing. One breath is pretty fast. Breathe in and breathe out. And again, hands go out, breathing in. Once they meet up at the top, then we begin breathing out. This time slower. Slow breath out, slow breath in. And here we're going to do a big breath, breathing in all the way up. And as they touch, now slowly breathe out. Excellent. Doing this one time feels great. Doing this all the time feels even better.